Hey guys, good morning and welcome to Tuesday's session. So to warm up, we're going to start with a 6-minute AMRAP. So just gently cycling through for 6 minutes, 10 high knees. So for the high knees, just getting those knees up as high as you can. 5 press-ups. So for this, because it's the warm-up, you can do the press-ups on your knees or you can do negatives. So with the negative, okay, we're just lowering ourselves down and then just kind of getting back up without worrying too much about the press. Okay, or you can do on the knees or your full press-ups. We just want to warm up our pressing muscles a little bit. And then 10 split squats. So with a split squat, we're going to be in a lunge position. But what I want you to imagine is that you're going up and down in a lift with your torso. So I want my shoulders and my bum, my hips, and my head to kind of stay in a line. So as I sink straight down and come back up again, I'm not leaning forward. So 5 that way, switch, 5 this way. Try to get that back knee all the way to the floor. You keep that torso really upright. And then you're going to do feel the burn up to 5. So feel the burn, both arms at your sides. Have your thumbs out. Come a little bit closer so you can see one arm. Both arms will do the same thing, by the way. You're going to pulse up, thumbs back, thumb forward, thumb down. And we're pulsing from the shoulder. So you do 1 in each direction, then 2 in each direction, then 3 in each direction, up to 5. And you'll just keep cycling through that for our 6 minutes. So then we've got our workout. The main focus of the workout today is 3 different lifting movements and then some skipping in the middle. Okay, and we'll talk about skip variations in a minute. So it's going to be 2 rounds. Now the rep scheme will totally depend on what weights you have available to you. So just bear with me for a moment because it might not make as much sense until I've explained the thought process behind it. So I've got a few different rep schemes written on the board, 16/20 devil's press. Okay, so what are you going to do? First of all, I'll explain what the devil's press is, and then I'll talk to you about your variations of the devil's press. All right, so if you've got a dumbbell, so this is a single arm devil's press. There is the potential to do a double arm devil's press. I'll show you that in a minute. So you've got your dumbbell or your kettlebell. If you have a kettlebell, don't do the burpee portion on the handle of the kettlebell. Do it on the floor. So I've got my dumbbell. I'm going to do a burpee with that dumbbell really close to my armpit in the bottom position. And as I jump up, I'm going to bring my feet either side of that dumbbell so I can give it a big old swing and punch up overhead. So that's 1 rep. I'm doing that single arm. You don't have to alternate arms, but you want to make sure that you're doing equal numbers of reps on each side. If I was going to do that with a kettlebell, same movement, but I just don't want to do the burpee with my arms on the handle. So I'm going to do my burpee on the floor. This counts towards my total for the day, by the way. And then, as I'm down here, I'll pick up my kettlebell and swing it up overhead. Just don't do the burpee on there. All right, so that is the devil's press movement itself, single arm. The rep scheme, pardon me, if you have 2 very light weights, so say for example you have 2 4 or 5 kilo dumbbells, little ones, then you're going to do double devil's press, okay, where you have 1 in each hand. You're going to do your burpee, and as you come up, you're going to swing them both up overhead. And you're going to do 20 reps if they're very light. If you have a single arm, so if you have whatever you would normally use in a class, so say for example, ladies, you had a 15 kilo dumbbell, or guys, you had a 22.5 kilo dumbbell, then you're going to do, again, depending on how it is for you, between 16 and 20 reps, single arm, okay? If you've got a weight that's quite heavy for you for a devil's press, we might need to reduce that rep scheme, maybe even work for from 12 to 16. So single arm, you're actually potentially going to do fewer reps, 16 reps. Double, if you've got very lightweight, you're going to do 20. All right, so it's almost counterintuitive, but bear with us and we will explain that as we go through the session with you guys on a one-on-one anyway. Then you're going to do 50 double under skips. If you don't know what a double under is or you don't have them, that's fine. What you're going to do instead is 100 single skips. If you don't have a skipping rope at home or you don't have space to skip inside, then you've got a couple other options. You can do 100 penguin taps, which is a jump, and a double tap on the thighs as you're in the air. Or you can do 75 star jumps instead. Then you're going to do 30 front squats. Now, if you have a barbell, you can use your bar for this. I would recommend maybe 30, 35 kilos for the guys and 15 to 20 kilos for the ladies. Okay, so it's 30 barbell front squats. Right, so bar in the front rack, nice low squat, standing tall. And that's it, just that over and over again. If you don't have a bar, but you've got your kettlebells or your dumbbells or your double dumbbells from your devil's press, then I want you to hold them somewhere in the front of your body. So you hold the kettlebell, what we call that kind of a goblet squat position. You can hold dumbbells on your shoulder, one dumbbell here, you can hold your dumbbell here, you can even hold it, actually no, I want you to keep it in the front, never mind, not behind your neck, in the front, okay, front squat, so we're holding our weight in the front of our body somewhere, but make sure it's up nice and high, don't hold it down by your belly button. Then you're going to do your skips, again, 50 double unders or your 100 or your 75, depending on what you choose, and then 20, so there's two options here, 20 single arm push press, okay, depending on your weight. Now if you had the two light weights for your devil's press, then you're going to do double press, single arm, push press, using a little bit of dip with my legs, and I want you to focus on keeping that elbow in nice and tight. We don't want the shoulder getting pulled around, okay? If you have a weight that's a little bit heavy for you as a single arm weight, remember that using those legs is going to be hugely important, getting that weight up overhead safely, but we can reduce that number if it's really heavy for you. So that would be 10 on each arm. If that's too much, then we can reduce that by a few reps to make it manageable. This should still be a challenging rep scheme for you guys. This isn't going to be super fast. You should have to work hard to complete each round. Now there's also a barbell option. It would be 15 push press with the same weight you did the front squats at. All right, so I know there's a lot of numbers to think about in today's workout, but it's just trying to make it accessible and also to make sure that everybody, no matter what you have, gets the right stimulus from today's session. But don't worry, the coaches are on the ball. As long as you've had a little bit of a think about it before class, that would be hugely helpful. And then we've got a core finisher. Now, we'll go through some options for this. The finisher is 100 hollow rocks. Now, not everybody can do the hollow rocks, so bear with me. And every time you have to break, you have to do 10 sit-ups. So there's some incentive to not break. So let's just talk through the hollow rock real quick. The hollow position, see if I get most of me in the camera here, is I go into a bit of a crunch and I'm smushing my lower back into the floor. Your number one priority with the hollow position, hollow rock or hollow hold, is to keep your lower back in contact with the floor at all times. So from here, okay, so if I'm here, bring my feet up, then I'm going to extend arms and legs up overhead so I look like a boat or a banana. And then the rock is keeping my upper and lower body rocking. All right, so say I did my 4 and then I broke. Uh-oh, it's going to be a long 100. Then I've got to do 10 sit-ups. Touch the floor above my head, sit up, touch the floor in between my feet. Okay, and then I go back to my hollow rocks. Now this is not for time, this is for quality and just to get it done. So you can rest as much as you need to, but remember every time you break in those hollow rocks, you've got to switch to do the sit-ups. Now if you can't do the hollow rock very well, then we're just going to bring our hands down to our sides. So we've just got a couple of options for making that a little bit more accessible. So the full hollow rock is here. Now we can make it a little more accessible here. We can still do the rock portion. Now also, if that's not doable at all, then we're going to switch to dead bugs. So a dead bug is here. Okay, so if you imagine my shins are like a table and my fingers are pointing towards the sky. If you can, keep your shoulders crunched up so that my lower back is smushed into the floor. If you can't, go ahead and rest your head, but still focus on smushing your back into the floor. From here, I'm gonna reach out, opposite hand, opposite leg. And you're gonna go until you can't anymore, so I have to take a break. Okay, that's when I'm gonna do my 10 sit-ups. And then complete my 100 that way. So you've got some options. Don't worry, hollow rocks are very hard. So if you're new to the gym, if you're new to doing hollow rocks, if you've never done them before, start with them, give them a try, but don't be surprised if you need to swap out and switch to the dead bug. They're crazy, crazy hard. A phenomenal core movement to do, but don't stress, all right? So we've got our scalable options, our full hollow position, bringing the arms down, and then the last option is our dead bug with either your chest up or laying straight on the floor. All right, so choose your options wisely, and no matter what, you're gonna get a good ab burn, which is what we're aiming for today. All right, guys, so a lot to think about in today's session just in terms of scalability and options of what's gonna suit you. So please have a watch and a think, and then we will see you in class ready to smash it out for today.